For over 125 years, our labor movement has worked to build and reinforce a foundation of workplace justice for the people of Chicago.
United, we stand strong.
We changed our Constitution to put workers' rights at the center of our values as we look to bring local victories to a national stage.
United, we can make a difference.
The labor movement is a diverse family of workers, organizers, and activists. Our solidarity builds from moment to moment.
United, we win.
Chicago, the hometown of the American labor movement. Hello and welcome to the Chicago Federation of Labor's 2023 Virtual Labor Day celebration. My name is Bob Reiter and I am president of the CFL. We represent more than 300 affiliate unions who in turn represent 500,000 working people in Chicago and Cook County. Labor Day is special in our city because it has its roots right here in Chicago. And each year we celebrate Labor Day. We celebrate our accomplishments and anniversaries. I say our accomplishments because alone we know there's limits to what we can accomplish. But united we stand strong. United we fight harder, and united we win. This year we're celebrating the scores of victories we've achieved together on behalf of working people, highlighted by the passage of the Workers' Rights Amendment in November. But on Labor Day, we also build on the solidarity and success of those who came before us. And make no mistake about it, we are building something in Chicago. We are building a labor movement that defends workers' rights and fights injustice. We're building a labor movement that demands respect and representation. And we're building a labor movement whose booming voice cannot be ignored. Before I get any further, I want to stop and thank some folks who have helped make this day possible. First, I want to thank CFL Secretary Treasurer Don Villar. Day in and day out, Don's passion and commitment to improving the lives of working people is immeasurable. Thank you to the executive boards and finance committee members of the CFL and CFL Workforce and Community Initiative for your continuous support. Thank you to Tim Dre and Pat Devaney of the Illinois AFL-CIO, and to Mike Masaleo and Mike Mintle of the Chicago and Cook County Building and Construction Trades Council for your partnership and collaboration this past year. Thank you to the staffs of the CFL and the CFL Initiative and our extended staff for your amazing work throughout the year. Thank you to all the amazing city, county, state, and federal elected officials who have supported working people in Chicago and Cook County over the past year, including Governor J.B. Pritzker, Mayor Brandon Johnson, Speaker Chris Welch, Senate President Don Harbin, Senator Dick Durbin, and Senator Tammy Duckworth. And finally, thank you to our sponsors at all levels for making this event a success. I want to especially recognize our Fitzpatrick Circle sponsors, the Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council, GCM Grosvenor, and United Healthcare. And our Solidarity Circle sponsors, Chicago Laborers District Council and Laborers Great Lakes Region, and Bally's. And our Haymarket Circle sponsors, Operating Engineers Local 150 and the Indiana, Illinois, Iowa Foundation for Fair Contracting, Bricklayers Administrative District Council 1, IBEW Local 9, IBEW Local 134, the Illinois Education Association, IAM Mechanics Union Local 701, IAM District 8, and Machinist Local 126, Painters District Council 14, SEIU Illinois State Council, Chicago and Cook County Building and Construction Trades Council, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, ComEd, People's Gas, and Ulico. And our Knuckles Circle sponsors, Heat and Frost Insulators Local 17, IATSE Locals 2, 110, 476, 600, 750, 762, 769, and 829. Operating Engineers Local 399. Iron Workers International. Plumbers Local 130 UA. Teamsters Joint Council 25. UFCW Local 1546. Hunt Insurance. Clayco. Senate President Don Harbin, and Governor J.B. Pritzker. Thank you to our Pullman Circle sponsors. Thank you to our Union Rose Circle sponsors. And thank you to our Gompers Park Circle sponsors. And thank you to our leader level sponsor, Cook County Board President Tony Preckwinkle and Governor J.B. Pritzker. You can see a complete list of our Labor Day sponsors at cfllaborday.com. We'd also like to take a moment to remember those members of the labor movement that we have lost over the past year. As I said earlier, the labor movement in Chicago is growing. If you want to check the pulse of the labor movement right now, it is steady, consistent, like a drum. Kind of like a drum you would see on the many picket lines that went up over the past year as workers fought for and won incredible gains in 2023. The heart of the American labor movement beats strong and steady in Chicago and all over our state as union workers continue the fight. You see that fight at the bargaining table as workers in the healthcare, entertainment, and service industries demand a fair wage and safe working conditions. You see that fight in organizing drives, everyone from actors in Chicago's theater community to workers at outdoor retailer REI. Everyone is catching the organizing fever. We need the labor movement to come together and unite as we take on greedy giants like Starbucks and the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers. There's a lot of fight in the labor movement. We're fighting for an end to the violence against workers on the job and in their communities. We're fighting for respect in the workplace and fair wages. When workers are underpaid and overworked, we stand with them to demand change. When workers say enough is enough and decide to walk off the job, we stand right there with them on the picket lines. We're fighting for a future and an economy that creates good union jobs in Illinois. The CFL, along with the Illinois AFL-CIO and our affiliates, were the driving force behind rallying the entire state to support the Workers' Rights Amendment. We needed a huge coalition to get the amendment passed, and we couldn't have done it without everyone pulling in the same direction. That includes our elected officials. A big thanks to Governor Pritzker, Speaker Welch, and Senate President Harman for their support for working people. Building coalitions is key to our success in the future, especially as we look towards the busy year ahead of us. The DNC chose Chicago to host the city's record 26th presidential nominating convention, and our workforce is ready to shine. DNC officials signed a labor peace agreement this summer, a full year ahead of the convention start date. That should tell you how excited we are to show the entire country Chicago is the cradle of democratic values. Just look at City Hall. Having an ally like Mayor Brandon Johnson on the 5th floor of City Hall, who understands the issues working people face, is a major triumph for the labor movement. The tide in America is turning. Workers are on the offensive. Unions have their highest approval rating in decades. Workers are filing for new union elections every day. Labor is on the rise. Our voice is growing louder and stronger every day. And it's going to keep growing louder the more voices that join in. We must remain united. United, we can accomplish more. United, we fight together. United, we win.